Morning all. It's the 29th of November 2016. Some would say I'm back in civilization, back in the city that I grew up in many years ago, and that is Table Mountain in the background. Probably one of the most impressive pieces of rock on this planet. And it's a noisy day in Cape Town today. But I thought it's a good setting for part 4 and the last part of my review of the 2016 Honda Africa Twin. I've now done 7,500 kilometers, just a little over 5,000 miles in the time that I've had her. And I'm about 1,200 kilometers due south, 600 miles, 700 miles of where I did the last video, my last thoughts on the bike. A few things have come to mind since then, as they always do. And one of them is something that's really irritating as far as I'm concerned. And that is, why did Honda put the hooter button where the indicator should be? Or the indicator button where the hooter should be? That to me is not a good idea at all. I think it would have made far more sense to do it the other way, because you keep hitting the indicator button every time you want to hoot at something, and you keep turning the indicators on every time you want to, when you shouldn't be. It's a bit confusing. The other thing is, a simple software program would have made it possible to turn the bike off but maintain the traction control and the ABS settings. If you turn it off now, it clears that. There is a way around it, and that is, if you're stopping for a short while, take a photo or so, just throw the side stand out. It kills the engine, but it keeps the settings where they were. And you're not going to run the battery flat if you're going to take 3 or 4 photos. I doubt that, because of course the lights will stay on. The other thing I did is I did get the second spring for the center stand, which I've mounted with a spring puller, and they are back-to-back offset catches, so they are meant to go together, as you can see here. And it makes it far more sturdy. It holds the center stand up in any serious off-road riding, because it does otherwise touch the bottom and catches now and again. The other interesting thing is how little storage space there is under the seat. I've literally got space in here for nothing other than a disc lock. Just that. Really tiny. They could have certainly made it a little bigger than that. There is space back there for a U-bolt, or at least a U-lock, I guess they call it, for a rear wheel. Honda specific accessory. Another thing I've noticed on some of the forums on the adventure riders that do long distances is that the mounting that holds the screen on cracks. In all cases because they've hung their pretty heavy GPSs off this crossbeam. So keep that in mind. You don't want to do any welding repairs pretty shortly after you've bought the bike. I managed to break the 3 quick release grub screws that hold the SW Motec top box on. So I'm going to bolt that down once and for all with 3 6mm bolts. It'll hold that forever. Or I need to buy 20 of those little grub screws, little T-bar screws, which is not a good idea. So for now it's tied on. One thing I'm really pleased with is the Akrapovic exhaust. It really sounds good. At about 130 kilometers an hour, 75 miles an hour cruising, it's just the perfect sound. It's not too loud like it was on my Yamaha. It really works well. I'm pleased I got that. Today is a good day for paragliding, so all the gliders are showing up on Signal Hill. Just on the other side, they all jump off and land in Sea Point. So 7,500 kilometers, of which I've done about 6.5. A very good friend of mine, Hannes, did the first 1,000 kilometers running in, and I owe him a debt of gratitude because he saved me a week's worth of time and effort to do that. There's still very few things that I don't like about this bike, and I've mentioned them all. Some topics have been quite clearly covered in the first 3 videos. I won't mention any names because we know what I'm talking about. And things like tires. But one thing was a surprise to me when I did come back, and that is that when I left here on this 5,000 kilometer trip to Namibia, I was very happy with my Yamaha S Super 10 1200. I really didn't think that there was ever a reason to get rid of it or sell it, but I have. I came back. On the way back I realized I'd only need 2 of basically the same design. This bike just does it all. In every facet, it does it all. It's lighter, it's better, it's quieter, it's more comfortable, it's newer, and there's less of them around. And no, I didn't get the free t-shirt when I bought the bike. The fact that the Yamaha sold in 36 hours after arrival back and taking it down to the local dealer means I obviously put it up for too low a price. But everything went. Accessories, tire, the whole lot. This motorcycle will certainly be kept. I might clean it for the purists. I might not. This is not meant to be something that you take the wife out on Sunday for a cup of coffee. However, we probably will be doing that tomorrow. Nah, she'll have to be cleaned. I'll clean it. And then I'll put it away and wait for next year for the next ride. Well, thanks for sharing this in this beautiful setting. Cape Town, the mother city of Africa. And I'm not going to bore you any further with the 2016 Honda Africa Twin. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.